What's up, YouTube? It's Tucker with Next Level Freight, back to give you guys another update. I don't know what video this is, third, fourth, not 100% sure, but I want to give you guys an update on what's going on with me and my trucking journey, my owner-operated trucking career. Let's dive into it. Let's talk about the last couple of weeks. So I've made a strategic change in how I do things a little bit because we had one of our worst weeks in trucking last week. It was last week, I believe. It was one of our worst weeks. Either the last week or the week before last. Everything just starts to blend together. So pretty much what I do is I move a load to a place and I move a load back. Traditionally, I move a load out of like the Los Angeles area and I'll move it to, let's call it Victorville. Let's call it San Diego. Let's call it Van Nuys. Let's call it whatever the hell you want to call it. Roughly, what we're gonna make when we go is about $500. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Most of the time it's 500. That's kind of our bottom line. If they're desperate, we'll push them to 600. I've been known to do that. Don't post a load last minute and say you need to be picked up ASAP, because you will pay. I will charge you. It'll be about $600 if it's a $500 load. So what made the week so bad is because I had a broker that I depended on, and this is going to be a good lesson for owner operators. I had a broker that I depended on. The broker's name I won't mention, but long story short, we kind of had a little bit of a falling out. One, overpay. I actually ended up finding out that the load was paying more and I was taking it for less. I could get past that part, but then I had a little issue with the shipper, and the shipper is his customer. Of course, he's going to take his customer's side. So we kind of had a little bit of a falling out, and that was my lane back home. So that lane paid about $550. I was getting round trips sometimes for $1,100, which was wonderful because you pick up, deliver, and then at the same place you're delivering to, they'll reload you and you'll take it back. So zero deadhead. And it was a fantastic lane, I cannot lie. But, you know, it is what it is. You don't want to be at the mercy of one broker, so we got to diversify. So, long story short, kind of the only switch up that we're doing now is instead of beginning in Los Angeles, we want to have a load coming from Victorville, from Van Nuys, from San Diego, whatever lane I decide to do that day, and we want that lane in the morning, right? And then what we want to do is we want to pick up a lane in the afternoon going back to wherever we're going, whether that's same day delivery or next day delivery. And the only reason why is because Los Angeles traditionally has more loads coming out throughout the day. If you get stuck in a San Diego, for example, or a Van Nuys, for example, or Victorville, for example, in the afternoon, the chances of you getting the load back, if you don't already have something pre-scheduled, is not very likely. So this is how I was doing it before. This broker that I started working with kind of just made me switch things up because it was profitable. The second that it's not profitable, we got to switch things up. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So I can't even, I mean, what did we make? Was it last week? I think it was last. What did we even make? It was a terrible gross week. We might have grossed $3,000, and that's with doing a load on the weekend, which is terrible. Traditionally, we want to be at $5,500, $6,000 gross, you know, before expenses, and it just was not there. Like I said, it has to be probably my worst week of trucking. Everything being like aligned in terms of like there's no breakdowns, there was no major catastrophes. I was willing and able to truck, and I just could not find loads. So this is my first time really feeling the market, but a little breakdown on what we're doing this week. So far, the plan's been working great. So we slept in San Diego yesterday, picked up a load in Escondido, Landstar load. Shout out to Landstar for $600 going down to LA, LAX. Need a TSA or TWIC card to be able to move that load. I got one, so we're good to go. Moved that down here for $600 to LA. Booked a 8 p.m. load out of Ontario, California that goes to, I think, like Carlsbad or Escondido, one of the two, basically close to San Diego. That picks up at 8 a.m. deliver in the morning anytime between 6 a.m. and like 12 p.m. So very flexible, and it's delivering to Costco. Costco is fantastic. I love those guys. They get the stuff on your truck and off your truck unlike any company I've ever seen. Kroger, Cisco, Walmart, you're gonna be waiting hours when you deliver over there. Costco's on the ball. And on top of that, they still got that $1.50 hot dog. So yeah, shout out to Costco too. So in between, what we decided to do is we wanted to pick up a little load, because between about 1 p.m. when I finished my first one and 8 p.m. I got free time, and I don't like to waste time. I could have went and got a workout in. That would have been, probably ideal. But man, we don't work out over getting money. That's just not happening. If we got time, we'll get it in. Money calls. So what we're under right now is a little low. This is Commerce. It's about 15 miles deadhead for what we dropped off the load at LAX. We picked that up. We wanted 400. We wanted 425 actually. They said 300. Then they said 350. And then I said I can't do anything less than 375, which I would have taken it for 300 probably. It's an in-between load. It's extra money. But sometimes you gotta let them call your bluff. And I told them 375, and they bit. So we got a $600 load we moved this morning. We're under a 375 load. After we drop this off over in Ontario area, we're gonna mosey right on down to Niagara, pick up that water for $5.50, and we're gonna take that and have that off the truck in the morning. So I'm not great at math, but we got 600 with a 975. It's about a 1400, 1450 kind of day. You got to move quick, because obviously you got to run legally. So as long as I'm there before 8 o'clock, my day didn't start too early. What time did I start trucking at this morning? It might have been 9 o'clock, and honestly there was a ton of in-between time, so we didn't drive a ton. We run paper logs because we're local now, so we're all good in terms of the legality of everything. But yeah, that's kind of what this load is, what this lane has been for me today. So far so good. We're at about $1,400, $1,500 so far for our weekly gross, and it's only Monday. We're going to start off our day back in probably Carlsbad tomorrow, and we'll get that stuff off the truck quick, because Costco is quick, as I had mentioned. And then we'll move a load back down to probably Los Angeles area. Hopefully we can get 600 again. That'd be fantastic. But let's bank on getting 550. Pick that thing up, drop it off, and then in the afternoon in Los Angeles we're gonna be empty. So we should have a decent amount of loads to pick from. Wednesday I got a Santa Fe load, tanker endorsement, going down to, I believe, Otay Mesa. It's about 130 miles, 625. That's going to be an afternoon pick in Los Angeles area. So as long as we can make sure Wednesday morning we are up early enough to pick up that load out in like San Diego area, bring it on down to Santa Fe and be empty by about 2 p.m. we should be good to go. And if worst case scenario we're not empty, very flexible shipper and a real good, cool broker. If I let them know I'm running a little late, it's nothing for me to show up at 2:30 and he still be able to pick up the load. So man, you got to find a niche. I know I just kind of regurgitated a lot right now, but this is all stuff that's just been running through my head out here trucking, trying to get to it. So we'll touch back probably early next week, and we'll kind of let you know how the week played out. It'd be fantastic if we could end up grossing. Man, I'm trying to float these gears, man. It's looking like a rookie out here. But yeah, we'll touch back sometime early next week, and we'll let you know how the week went. But the plan is to gross about 6,000 between Monday to Monday. So far we're looking good. So you got any questions, comments, concerns about the lanes that I'm running, what all I'm doing, let me know. I am going to end up doing some videos later on about how to maybe set up your MC, your authority, how to get all that going. I actually was blessed enough to have someone who I know, real cool dude named Victor Saldivar, owner of Cargo Express Freight. Shout out to him. He answered all of my questions in terms of getting a trucking company started. All the paperwork and the permits, and hooked me up with an insurance person who he recommended me to. So if there's any questions, comments, or concerned about anything regarding that, let me know, man. Someone blessed me with the knowledge, so I'm here to pass it on if you're interested. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. Keep trucking, keep living, keep learning, keep laughing, all that good stuff. Peace.